All right, good morning, everybody. Good morning, all. Can you hear me?
Good morning, Mr. Rich.
Good morning.
We can hear you.
Yeah.
Good morning.
We can hear you very well, sir.
All right. So,
Good morning,
sir.
Morning, sir. I want to welcome everyone to a new trading day. Today is Wednesday, the 21st of February, 2024. And I'm on Forex Factory. Okay. This this analysis is being recorded, and you can stream it or you can watch it later on YouTube. I'm doing the setting now. So if you want to watch it after the class, feel free to go over to my YouTube channel to just watch again. So I want to welcome everybody on board. And currently I'm on Forex Factory, and you can see that we don't have any fundamental event for today. Today is blank. We don't have any fundamental. Okay. Oh, apologies. I think I did something here while I was trying to. I think I just unselected the functions. Okay, let me just apply the filters. That should be an error from me. All right. Sorry, we have some events, but I think they are past. All right. I think while I was trying to lecture someone, I unchecked some of the currencies. My YouTube channel is Learn Forex with Rotimi Olawale. So you can watch from there after the class. So if you want to watch further, just like a kind of a repeat, you can go over to Learn Forex with Rotimi Olawale on YouTube, and you can watch. All right, so there are two fundamental events for today. There is a wage price index, which already took place in the night, 1:30 a.m. That's actual came out equal to the forecast, and that's 0.9%. And later tonight by 8 p.m., there will be FOMC meeting minutes. That will be later tonight. So that means in the course of today, we really don't have any fundamental, at least any tradable fundamental activity. I'm just applying, I'm checking all through again. You can see that all is fine. So we don't have any fundamental activity today. But then FOMC is a big one. It's not really the main one, because the main FOMC minutes, come out with more events. It's not just the one event, news. It comes out with about 3 events, but then we have just one here. We can still take note of that by 8 p.m. So literally in the course of today, we really don't have any serious fundamental, to trade, at least either this morning or in the afternoon. So that means that technically the coast is clear for us to take any technical trade that we want to take. So I'll flip over now to MetaTrader. I have some very powerful setup for us technically, which we, I believe should trigger in the course of today and should amount to very good trading opportunities for us, especially in the Forex market. So I'll start with the first one, and that's just a second. And the first is gold. The first I have here is gold. Now, gold on the daily time frame, let me clean it off and start again. On the daily time frame for gold, we actually have a descending trend line, and price, as yesterday, price actually closed, at the tip of the trend line, though this morning is projected upward, but it's still covered within the range of this, descending trend line, and this descending trend line is telling us that price can actually continue in the bearish, direction. So that's on the daily, and we can zoom down to 1 hour, and you can see currently on 1 hour, the previous candle before the 7 a.m. that we started is a rejection candle, and it touched the tip of that, descending trend line. That's telling us that there's a possibility the bears are trying to take over the market, that the sellers are trying to, take over the market from the buyers, from the bulls. So we can draw a trend line, a second one, and we have a rising wedge. So we have a descending trend line on the daily time frame, a rising wedge a rising wedge on the 1 hour, that's indicative of a possible bearish movement because, a rising wedge is a bearish reversal pattern. So technically, I'll be looking out for bearish opportunities on gold in the course of today. So if price is able to break out below this trend line, and I'll also take into cognizance this minor support level. I also want to be sure that price breaks that level before I will trigger a sell on gold. So this is what I have here, and you can take note of it. And like I said, it will be available also on my channel. You can watch it later again if you want a second view on this. So I want price to break below the trend line and below that minor support level, and our RSI also clearly below 50 to take a sell on gold. So technically, I'm bearish biased on gold, for today. Okay, that's noted. Golden ohms. Let me just run through my analysis. Then you can send requests for instruments you want me to analyze for you. So I'm bearish bias on gold. Next, I'll look at EURGBP. But I have about 8 set up here. At least 2, 3, 4 of them should trigger today. So you should be able to make quite a good, trades today with this analysis I'm giving. Now, this is a EURGBP. And I hold a bearish view on this also. On the daily time frame, we have price come through from a support turn resistance here. Sorry, let me draw it properly. A bit in a hurry. Okay, so this is support. Price broke through support. Support on resistance, the price fell. Hit resistance again. So technically, we expect price to fall again. So that's on the daily. What we're doing is called top-down analysis, or it can also be called multi-time frame analysis. Now, while we're expecting it to reverse bearish, the candle that closed yesterday was a rejection candle. So that's a double confirmation that we actually expect a bearish movement today. So I'll flip down from there now to 1 hour time frame. All right, so Uthman Taye is saying, I see a strong bearish trend building on gold. So that's a confirmation of what I just said. So on 1 hour for EURGBP, we'll go downwards and we'll look for, and I can draw a trend line. Now, currently on the 1 hour, I'm seeing the possibility of a head and shoulder, which should lead to a breakout. So I'm equally bearish biased on EURGBP. So for this one, I will prefer the price, breaks out below. The neckline is actually somewhere around here like this. Yeah, that should be the neckline. So it's still a confluence with this point here. So you can see we have a confluence here with the trend line and the neckline. They are both, forming the neck. At least that's the tip of the neckline. So if price is able to break out below this level, below this region, with your RSI below 50, then we can use that to trigger a sell on the EURGBP. Currently, RSI is at 51. By then, RSI should have dropped below 51, for us to take a sell on EURGBP. So I'm bearish biased on EURGBP. And thirdly, I'll be looking at AUDUSD. AUDUSD on the daily time frame. On the daily time frame, we have this scenario as yesterday. Okay, so we have a case of the support turned resistance, and yesterday closed as a rejection candle. Now, if you remember my earlier analysis on this AUDUSD for about 2 weeks now, I said I was bearish on it, that this was a head and shoulder pattern which should lead to a breakout downwards. It sold a little, retraced some days ago. Now, I believe maybe the bearish continuation should start all over again. If you check it from the weekly time frame, you see that I have been bearish on this instrument for a long while. This is on the weekly, and it's been trending downwards on the weekly. So it's coming back to retest, that support on resistance level, which technically should lead to a bearish breakout. And the candle that closed yesterday was a rejection candle. So that's a confirmation of a bearish breakout today. Though in reality, currently it's like price has broken, a little bullish upwards. But then since we have a rejection candle, the rejection should still hold and we should still see price revise backwards. So with that, I will go down to 1 hour. And on 1 hour, I'm seeing currently the formation of what is looking like a double top pattern, which should lead to a bearish, breakout. So I will just perfect that by drawing a trend line right here and a second one at the back. So we have a rising wedge on 1 hour with the formation of a double top. All things being equal, this should be a very good trade if it breaks out, in line with the expectation. We should have a massive bearish breakout on AUDUSD. So I'm bearish on AUDUSD. So let's not forget to draw the minor resistance zone here so that we have a double top up there, a rising wedge, and a support on resistance on the daily time frame. So we have a lot of confluence here for a bearish trade on AUDUSD. So I'm bearish biased on AUDUSD. And next is CHFJPY. Now, CHFJPY has formed a symmetrical triangle, and please, if you miss any trade, don't miss this one. Symmetrical triangles are one of the simplest patterns to trade in price action because wherever price breaks out, that is the direction the market is going. If it breaks out upward, it's a buy trade. If it breaks out downwards, it's a sell trade. So just wait for a breakout. If it breaks out upwards, you take a buy. If it breaks out downwards, you take a sell. So it's just as simple as that. When I say breakout upwards, for the benefit of those who are new, what I mean is that if you have a new candle open above the trend line, then you buy. And if you have a new candle open below the trend line, then you sell. And as per profit targets, you always target the most recent high, for a bullish trade and the most recent low for a bearish trade. I think it's this tip here, fine. So this instrument, all things being equal, looking at the next recent high, that should be between 47 pips in a buy trade to as much as about 58, about 60 pips, for a bearish trade. So please watch this closely in the course of today. It should break out in the course of today. So don't miss the opportunity. Next I'll show us is AUDJPY. Now, the AUD pairs are actually very weak today. I have 3 set up for AUD pairs. I've given AUDUSD, I'm giving AUDJPY now, and I'm giving AUDCHF. So there's a lot of weakness on AUD pairs that we should take advantage of today to make a lot of profit for ourselves. Now, this is AUDJPY now on the daily time frame. And we have a clear resistance here on the daily. Resistance, and here also resistance. Now, for the benefit of those who are new, a resistance level is an overbought level where price, is unable to break out above. It's like having a ceiling in a house. When you throw a ball at the ceiling, especially if your ceiling is a decking, you expect the ball to fall. So when price hits resistance level, technically we expect the price, to fall into the bearish direction. So we have a valid resistance on the daily time frame here. And not only that, the candle that closed yesterday was a rejection candle. So that's a confirmation of a bearish movement. Yes, currently today, the price has gone up, but that's notwithstanding, the rejection should still hold and price is still expected to break out in the bearish direction. So that's the daily. And I'll flip over to 1 hour. And on 1 hour, we have a rising wedge pattern. We have a rising wedge, which is equally a bearish reversal pattern. Okay. And I'm seeing the possibility also of the formation of a double top, which should lead to a bearish breakout. So I hold the bearish outlook also on AUDJPY. And let me just do the AUDCHF once and for all so that I know I'm done with the AUDPS. So any one of them that triggers first, you are free to trade. Either it's AUDUSD, AUDJPY, or AUDCHF. For AUDCHF, it's a descending trend line, and on the daily time frame, and on 1 hour, it's a rising wedge and a possible, well, this is a double top, not exactly. I'd rather take this as the head and shoulder and a bearish breakout. So any one of you that breaks out first, you are free to trade and maximize your profits. So I'm bearish generally on the AUD, yes, AUDUSD, AUDJPY, and AUDCHF. You can see that there's a similar pattern on all of them. All hit a resistance on the daily, either a resistance or trend line, a rising wedge, and a possible pattern like a double top or a head and shoulder, which all signifies, you know, a confluence that will lead to a strong reversal in price in the bearish direction. So let's watch out for that in the course of today. And also, I'll close with these two. The New Zealand pairs too seem to have some measure of, you know, weakness. And I'll look at New Zealand CAD and the New Zealand JPY. So this is the New Zealand CAD on the daily time frame. On the daily time frame, we actually have a scenario where price, you know, is trending downwards on the New Zealand CAD. That's a downward trend, and this is where price currently is. So we expect price to reverse, you know, into the bearish direction from that point. Already I've done AUDCHF now. Okay, I'll go back to it. Maybe that person missed it. All right, let me just get through with this New Zealand CAD. So you can see price is currently testing the trend line here on the daily time frame on the New Zealand CAD. So I can flip down to 1 hour, and on 1 hour, I'm seeing the formation of what looks a lot like a double top, which should lead to a bearish breakout. And not only that, I can equally draw a trend line up here. And I can draw a second one here. It's still valid. So on the daily time frame, we have a downward trend. On 1 hour, we have a rising wedge and also a pattern that is very close to a double top pattern. So that should lead to a bearish breakout on New Zealand CAD. Just make sure you confirm your trade with your RSI clearly below 50. I'll do New Zealand JPY, then I'll go back to the AUDCHF. For New Zealand JPY, it's still the same pattern you have on the New Zealand CAD. Okay, now for this one, I'm not seeing a resistance on the daily, but nonetheless, I have a clear formation of a rising wedge pattern, which is very valid even on 1 hour. It's a valid pattern that you can trade even without, you know, having a resistance. It's not mandatory that there should be a resistance. At least if you are dealing with rising wedges, it's not mandatory. Now, so we have a rising wedge, so that means I'll need to remove this line. I think when I did the analysis last, price was making a resistance here, but price seems to have projected above that. So we have a perfect rising wedge, and the previous candle, you know, slightly touched the tip of the rising wedge pattern here and formed a rejection candle. So that's actually a confirmation of a possible bearish breakout on New Zealand JPY. So we're bearish also on the New Zealand JPY. So I'll go back to the AUDCHF now, and I'll be done with my own analysis. For AUDCHF, you know, just like AUDJPY and AUDUSD, it's a bearish trend on at least all three of them. this is AUDCHF on the daily time frame. So okay, maybe this person wanted me to break it down. I was just talking in line with what I've done on the other ones. Now I have a descending trend line here. And price, each time price touches this, at least for the third time, we can see a bearish movement afterwards. So currently we also expect that to happen because price touched the tip of that trend line again yesterday. So that should lead us to a bearish movement, today. So I can go down to 1 hour, and on 1 hour, I can draw a trend line and a second trend line also. So we have a descending trend line on the daily time frame, a rising wedge on 1 hour. And I said this is looking a lot like a head and shoulder, which should lead to a bearish breakout. So that gives me a bearish, outlook also on AUDCHF. So this morning I've given about 8 setup, which I really believe at least between 3 to 5 of these figure. Sorry about that. I need to put out some of this my indicators. So we have setup. Just a second, please. We have 8 setup. At least the goal is not to trade all 8 because you may not really be available to catch all of them, but you have something to trade. Even if it is 2 or 3 you're able to catch out of all of them, it's still something that can make you a lot of money. I've done the analysis on gold, on EURGBP, AUDUSD, CHFJPY, AUDJPY, New Zealand CAD, New Zealand JPY, and AUDCHF. All right. All right, so I'm done with my analysis. I'll take questions now, and we'll be done.
Did you say sorry, sir. Please, did you say I've done New Zealand JPY?
Yes, ma'am.
Please, can you help us to recap it? It's like I didn't even take notes. I'm sorry, sir.
Okay. Just a second. I'm coming.
Hello, good morning, sir.
Good morning. Please let me attend to the first persons, then I'll attend to you too.
All right.
Now, New Zealand JPY. This is New Zealand JPY, man. This is New Zealand JPY. It's a 1 hour setup.
Yes, sir. Thank you, sir.
We have a rising wedge.
Thank you, sir.
The previous candle, the 6 a.m. candle, is slightly touching the tip, at least very, very close. Let me do it properly. Just a second. At least it's really very close. Let me just do it that way. Sometimes you just have to manage this in this way. It's a rejection candle at the tip of the trend line, and that also tells us of a possible reversal, in price. Currently, RSI is overbought. When price is overbought on the RSI, it also indicates the possible reversal. But then RSI is always the last thing I look at. I first of all consider other price action setup. Then RSI is just a final confirmation. So we have an overbought. We have price hitting the upper trend line on a rising wedge with a rejection candle. That alone tells you that price is going to reverse. Then we have RSI that is overbought. But then I will advise you wait for price to break out below the trend line and your RSI below 50 to trigger a sell on the New Zealand JPY. So we are bearish on New Zealand JPY.
Thank you very much, sir. Thank you.
You're welcome. Okay, so the other person that wants to ask a question, you can go ahead, sir.
Yes, sir. I asked, I'm actually on a trade on GBP/JPY, so I'm currently on profit. I would like you to use your PC because I'm actually using PC to analyze the market. Thank you. I'm actually using phone, my Android to analyze the market, so I wish you'd use your PC. Yeah, thank you.
All right, so this is GBP JPY. Now, from my own setup here, I purposely didn't mention this because price didn't really hit the trend, I mean the resistance on the daily. Handle of yesterday did not hit, it's quite close in the real sense, but then it didn't really hit the resistance level. Are you on a buy trade or a sell trade?
I'm actually on a sell trade and it's on profit already. So I want to just like confirm if I will stay on that trade or not.
Well, make sure you put your stop loss in place, because you know the thing is this, you can see the resistance line up there. Price may still go up to touch that resistance before falling. So make sure you have a good stop loss in place just in case. It may decide to go down or touch that resistance first before coming down. So if you're already on a trade, on a sell trade is in profit, make sure you have your stop loss in place. So it's not a clear setup yet because some parameters were not met, but notwithstanding, you're already in it and is in profit, put your stop loss in place just in case. If it decides to fall from now downwards, fine, all well and good. Like I always tell us, we don't control the market. We look at perfect conditions, but my own conditions, I will not actually have played the trade yet. But since you're already in it, it's not a problem. Have a good stop loss in place. If all goes well, you hit your profit and you're out. If it reverses, your stop loss will, protect your account. So that's the advice I can give on that for now.
Thank you very much.
Good morning, sir.
Okay, good morning, sir.
Good morning, sir.
Please, sir, there is one analysis you did. Sorry, I'm taking you back. There's an analysis you did and use a triangle. I don't know which pair is that.
That's CHFJPY. That's a symmetrical triangle.
CHFJPY. Okay, thank you very much.
Okay, good morning, sir.
Just a minute.
Hello, sir.
Hello, I'm just a minute, sir. For the person that I'm asking, this is the CHFJPY symmetrical triangle setup. So I hope you are getting it.
Yes, I've gotten it, sir. All
right. Okay, next person, please.
Okay, sir. The video the ones you posted on YouTube, I've gone through them. I did not see like the last teaching you did about that support and resistance because I was having bad network issue that last Monday.
Okay, no, for now, it's just the analysis I post there. Just this morning analysis, apart from my own private videos. So just the morning analysis. Maybe later on we can look into that.
Okay, good. Thank you.
Yeah. You're welcome. Utman Tai here. I'm not catching anything. All right, Utman, are you a new trader? Okay, if you cannot unmute, maybe you need to attend our physical training. To be honest, this is actually analysis. You're expected to have some level of knowledge. This is not really a training in the real sense. Here we are showing you what is going to happen for the day. So you need to have some measure of knowledge to catch up with what we're doing here. But if you want real training, you can attend our physical training. If you are based in Lagos, you can come to our office at 54 Biadeni Jones Avenue. Or if you are living in Abuja or its environment, you can go to our office at Abuja at 50 Ebitu Ukiwe Street, Dabi, Abuja. And peradventure you are not in these two locations, always join us online for online trainings on Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays by 3 p.m. So the WhatsApp group, when you got this link, we always post, events that we are organizing there, so you can get the link and attend. So this class, honestly, is not a training class; it's an analysis class, to show you what will happen. So you need some measure of knowledge to catch up with what we're doing here. All right. Yes, sir.
Please, can you touchlight CAD JPY for us?
CAD JPY. All right. So CAD JPY. In the recent, I know somebody was mentioning yesterday, I don't know if the person was on board, as citing a rising wedge. And I think the market actually went in line with that. So it's actually, we have a rising wedge pattern here. And Okay, I think I can still extend this to this point. All right. So it's a swing trade, is a 4-hour swing trade, and it's bearish. Though currently price hits a minor support zone, and is experiencing a retracement. This is where we are currently on CAD JPY, a retracement. If price is able to break below this support zone, then it will continue selling. So you wait for a break below that support zone if you still want to sell. Are you on the trade already?
Yes, sir.
A buy trade or a sell trade?
A sell trade.
Fine. So just hold on. Just hold on, because if you look at the RSI is just trying to approach 50. Is a retrace. Whatever I are saying here is a retracement. There should still be a continuation, you know, in a bearish direction afterwards. So you can still hold on with your trade. But please always make sure you have your stop loss in place. That's very important.
Yes, sir. Thank you, sir.
All right. So I think I've attended to that. Yes, but Mr. Barra, there is going to be an online class by 3 p.m. today. That will be. Surely, what pair is this? This is CAD JPY.
Hello, sir.
Hello, sir.
Most of this online class, like where we are, there's a lot of bad network issue. You don't drop the recorded section, so we can download it later and watch.
We'll do something about that. Let me just say that we'll do something about the recorded version. So that will be sorted out in due course. Okay, Olumide Jala is asking about BTC. Let me check BTC. Now, we should be rounding up anywhere from now. If you want to watch the analysis session again, it's available. You can go ahead and watch it on YouTube, like I said. Now, for BTC, now it's possible BTC might experience some retracement. Now, this is the weekly time frame, and currently price is on a weekly, at the tip of a weekly resistance, because if you have a resistance at this point there, and that's where price, currently is. So if we go down to the daily time frame, you can see that there's been a range on that resistance level for some days. Price has been ranging for 2, 4, 6, about 8 days. Price has been ranging. And generally, when price is ranging for a long period around a level, most likely we may experience, okay, sorry, I didn't intend for it to be that long. We experience some decline, in price. We may experience some decline in price when price ranges on the level, consistently for a period. So we'll go down to 4-hour, and we can clearly have our range like this. So, and finally, we'll go down to 1 hour. So you need to be able to look at price from these different levels, from multiple time frame. It's called top-down or multi-time frame analysis. So you can see that when price hits the support level, now we have a resistance and support. When it hits it, most likely yesterday, we had a rejection candle and price went up. Currently, it's trying to make its way down. So what I will advise is this: if price is able to drop, now I'm not saying it must drop. We don't control the market. If price drops to this support level, you may ride the trend back up to the resistance level. So you have to wait and be certain that price drops first before you can buy. So that's my analysis on BTC. I can't say anti-sell. There is no valid sell signal for now. But one thing is that if price hits the support like it did here, then it is guaranteed. At least, let me say, there's a level of assurance it will go up. I don't want to use the word guaranteed, but at least a level of assurance it will go back up. And we can clearly draw a trend line here in anticipation of that move. So if price drops to the support and breaks the trend line upwards, then you can take a buy on BTC USD. So that's my view for the person asking about BTC.
Please, what time frame do you use for the multiple? Sorry.
From weekly down to 1 hour.
Thank you.
I hope that answered the question, sir.
Yes, sir.
All right. Please touch gold again, sir. I missed the class. Please let's mute our devices. Please let's always join this analysis session on time. Now we're having a recorded session, like I said that's one of the reasons why I'm having this thing moved on my YouTube, so that we don't need to keep repeating the same thing. Please, going forward, I will oblige this person now, but after today, if you come in late, please just go and watch it on YouTube, because I can't keep going backwards. Please, I know there are babies that are anticipating to trade, but please, let's not distract the class with the sound of babies. So, AI software strategy poster, what is it all about, sir? It's about a software designed by PU Prime, which can help you in trading. It can help you analyze. It's just 1, 2, 3 setup, and you can pick your trade. Makes trading a lot easier. So watch out for that. We're going to have that seminar very soon. Yes, sir.
So how can we get the software?
Just wait for the seminar. Everything will be explained to you how to go about it.
Okay, sir.
Now, for the person asking about gold, I said I'm bearish. Please, I will encourage that we always mute our device. Please, it's very important. This noise is a distraction. So please, as I join the class, please always ensure that your device is muted, so that we don't, have all this noise coming up. Now, for gold, I'm bearish. I said it earlier, I'm bearish on gold. From my top-down analysis, from the daily time frame, I have a descending trend line, and on 1 hour, we have a rising wedge. The last candle was a rejection candle, touching the trend line from daily. So technically, I'm expecting a bearish breakout, on gold. However, I said we should also be careful because we have a minor support here. So I will really want a situation where price is able to break the trend line and the minor support level with RSI below 50 to trigger a sell on gold. So that's my view. I hold the bearish outlook on gold. Yes, the seminar is going to be online. It's going to be online. Just watch out for it. Most of our we do physical events, but physical events are location events like this, like the software and online events, and you get all the details in your group.
So
All right.
Hello, sir. You didn't say anything about
yes,
USD today. There's nothing on USD.
There's going to be a news later tonight. I gave another. Bearish. That's the only one I gave. Now the other ones are not.
Hello?
Hello, can you hear me?
I'm hearing you now, sir.
All right. I gave an analysis on AUDUSD. That's a clear one I have. I look for perfect scenarios.
I need the trend on USD itself. And no, I'm asking of the trend in USD itself.
Okay, you made the dollar index.
I mean, dollar index, yes. Dollar index, yes.
Okay. I'm on dollar index. Now, for the long term this week, like I said on Monday, I'm holding a bearish outlook on the dollar index. This is bearish.
Okay.
But then it's possible, we have a support zone here and price is ranging around that support zone, is ranging. So there may be some bullish movement before we have the drop. So that's a possibility. Okay. But the bullish movement actually will be in the short term. It will be in the short term. The longer term should be the bearish movement.
Thank you very much, sir. Thank you.
You're welcome. Yeah. Mr. Emmanuel, say I'm attending to many people. I'll attend to you now. NAS 100. And please, when you watch videos on my YouTube, just to make sure you drop a comment it will help the algorithm to share the video so more people to see. All right, so this is NAS 100. This is NAS 100. We have a rising wedge. I think I gave this analysis on Monday, and I said it was going to break out downwards, and it's doing that. Now it's a swing setup. Now, you don't necessarily have to trade a swing. You can always, come in on a lower time frame, like 1 hour, if there is a setup like that, to trade. But currently, what we're seeing now is the rising wedge, and price has broken out downwards. Now, generally, if you want to use the Fibonacci, price is still expected to, break out further, though that depends also on many other factors, of which the fundamentals, may play a large role in that. Now, if I look at this closer also, I'm seeing a resistance up there, and that tells me that this is actually also a double top pattern. So I actually expect price to drop further. But don't forget that there's going to be FOMC tonight by 8 p.m. It's not the main FOMC, but it will still move the market. But in the course of the day, there might still be some movement on this instrument. So how do you trade this? Let's go down to a lower time frame. At least in the least part, price is still expected to hit Fibonacci 50, all things being equal. But I'm not saying enter a sell straight like that, because it's possible there could be some retracement before the continuation. So let's go down to 15 minutes time frame. Okay, let's check 1 hour. I'm not seeing anything on 15 minutes. 1 hour. Up to 4 hour. Okay. Well, generally, price, the advice I'll give is this: wait for price to break out below. I can cite a zone. For you to take a sell, I will advise you wait for price to break out below this zone before you take a sell on NAS 100. And that one is valid even up to the 4 hour. So let me remove the Fibonacci so that I can have a clearer look. So wait for price to break out below. So wait for a new candle below this support zone. Then you can take a sell. And you may target Fibonacci 50 and possibly 61.8 if price will extend to that level. But at least Fibonacci 50 is usually, as good as a kind of a guaranteed level. Let me use that word. So you may target that level. So, but like I said, wait for price to break below that support zone into the sell direction. So I've attended to Mr. Emmanuel Loco. So I think I should be done now. I think I've attended to virtually everyone.
Thank you, Mr. Richard.
You're welcome, sir. All right, so we're going to be ending the analysis here this morning. Again, if you joined us late, you can just go back to my YouTube channel to watch it. I'll drop the link again. The link is Learn Forex. Please, I might be forced to remove this person. That noise is causing a distraction in this class. What is your outlook on AUDUSD? I've already dropped that. Mr. Frederick, please just go ahead and watch this on YouTube. I think it's the second or the third instrument I analyzed. Learn Forex with routine nowadays, my YouTube channel. So you can watch it there. That's why we have a recorded version there. Now, Mr. Emmanuel Iguzoro, you are disturbing this class. Please just mute your device next time you're joining. Yes. But there's a background. You can type. You don't need to talk.
Hello, Mr. Rotimi. Can't you mute everybody, sir? Please mute everybody.
They keep on muting. Everybody is muted, but they keep on muting themselves. That's the issue. Please, anybody that causes distraction like this next time, I might kick that person out of the class. This noise is disturbing. If there is noise where you are, please type your whatever you want to say. Maybe going forward, people should be typing rather than talking. So I think the talking is what is causing the issue. So people should just type, and we should be okay with that. I always attend to all requests. All right, so I think we're ending the class here. Anybody that wants a review, just go back to watch the video, and that should just suffice. All right, please trade safe and enjoy the rest of the day. Bye-bye.
Thank you very much, sir.
You're welcome.
Have a good day. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
You're welcome.